We're gonna start real fast. I'll just do this really quickly, so don't forget. 2 blankets and 1 bolster, couple pillows, lots of pillows, that kind of jam, just to make sure you have enough support for yourself. So I'll give everyone a couple more seconds in case they need to grab anything of that sense. The reason I say to have kind of 2 to 4 pillows is depending on the softness or the firmness of the pillow, it's going to change how many you need. And also everybody is different. So some of us want more support in certain positions. Some of us don't want as much support in certain positions. And it's just easier to have things close by that you can grab, because it's a lot harder to get yourself up off the floor to go get them when you're already in the posture. So I just get all your things. And so to start with, we're just going to start seated. I'm going to invite you, if you have a candle, anytime I do yoga, it's also part of certain lineages to always have a candle burning when you're doing any sort of yoga, meditation, mantra work, any of this stuff. It's all really under yoga. All that stuff is all incorporated into yoga. It helps clear the energy in the room, charge the energy in the room, refresh it, and because we're also moving and releasing energy, it helps to neutralize it in your space as well. So if you have a candle and you want to light it, or you haven't lit it, or you have lit it, doesn't matter. I'm just going to invite you to do so if you haven't, or if you have one close by that you want to grab, then you're also invited to do so. Not necessary. It's always nice to take a few breaths with your candle before you light it, just bringing a little bit more attention and presence to it. You can always use an intention if you'd like to. We're going to set an intention for healing when we drop into Reiki afterwards. But just allow yourself to have that eternal flame, that ever burning light, that creative energy, that purifying connection to fire, to your inner warrior, and the warrior of peace that flows through all of us as well. Go between my rose and my snake plant. So let's just bring our hands together just to start into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, just palms together in front of the heart. And you can have a slight pressure on the hands, so pushing the hands together just ever so slightly to engage a little bit of heat and put a very gentle pressure into the sternum, the chest, depending where your hands are sitting. And you can close your eyes or you can leave them open. It's entirely what is comfortable for you. And just take a few breaths to yourself here. We're going to sit in silence for not very long, but the first bit of class we're going to welcome in silence. Let's take an inhale into the nose together. Gentle exhale out of the mouth, making a ha. Now it doesn't need to be as loud as mine. I'm just exaggerating it so you can hear me. Inhaling into the nose. Exhale longer than the inhale. Inhaling. Gentle exhaling. Let's do one more of those. Inhaling into the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Starting to breathe in and out through the nose in a rhythm that's comfortable for you, but still allowing that breath to be long and deep, We are going to lie down after and do some more breathing, so don't stress out if your breath is in your chest or in your neck or not very long. And just take a moment here for yourself to just witness everything that you've been thinking all day, where your mind is gone, the events that have happened. Just take a minute and fully receive the day. And take an inhale into the nose. Let it out. Let the day go. Inhale yesterday. Let it go. Inhale the last 3 days. Hold the breath in. Really let yourself feel all of the emotions the last 3 days. Hold it in. Relax the shoulders. Fire it out when you're ready. Let's do one more of those. Inhale just everything and anything that's been in your mind. Inhale it all right now. Hold it in. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this body. I am not this mind. And fire it out. And bring those palms that are a little bit toasty now and just place them right on the heart. Maybe on the neck or the shoulders, the belly, whatever feels right to you. Maybe your thighs, your knees. And slowly, let's just tilt our head to the right. Inhale. And exhale, tilt your head the opposite way. And just continue moving, inhaling, tilting your head the opposite, and exhaling the other way. Just moving slow with your breath. And let the chin just roll into the front, and not full circles, just half circles, letting the chin just roll in and up, just rolling across the front of the chest, still with your breath. Maybe inhale as your chin tucks in. Exhale as it lifts up slightly. Not rushing. And just taking one full rotation here. If you want to go all the way back. And an opposite circle if you did one on the other side. Just gentle. And inhale, bring your head up into the center. Let your arms reach all the way up overhead with that inhale. Keep the arms separate, shoulders down, palms just reaching up. Lift out of the waist a little, maybe a wiggle from side to side. Exhale, let your palms come down as you bring the energy down in front of you. Let's do that again. Inhale out on your time, on your breath. Arms up. Maybe you hold the breath in. Maybe you take a little wiggle, a little stretch from side to side. Maybe you exhale here as well. And inhale. Pull through the fingers. Exhale. Bring the palms face the ground. Exhale. Beautiful. So we're going to come into our first stationary asana posture, and we are going to take a blanket, just fold it up into a square, just so it's an inch or two off the ground. And you're gonna, if you're using a yoga mat, you're gonna put it just roughly in the middle of the mat. What's your problem? What you want? What you want? And we're gonna do the inverted bridge, those of you who are familiar. So you're gonna bring your bottom of your bum cheeks a couple inches away from the bottom of the blanket. I'll give everyone a couple seconds here to finish getting set up. And then you're just gonna let yourself lie right back. Some of you might find you want something under just something light, again, an inch or two off the ground, just under your head if you're finding it's too much of an arc. And then you may have to wiggle down or wiggle up. You want to have that lower half of the back supported with the hips. And we're going to take our feet a little bit wider than our hips. We've started like this the last couple classes, and let those knees just knock in together. So your knees and your inner thighs are touching, and your feet are making like a V shape out. Let's bring our hands just onto our belly, one on just under the sternum, one on the lower abdomen. And we're gonna breathe. We're gonna go through that yogic breath, mechanical breathing, 3-part breathing, what this is. So we're gonna exaggerate the breath in every different part before we put it together. So the first part of this breath is breathing down into the abdomen and the lower back, the lower abdomen and the lower back. So you really want to push your belly out on the inhale. Inhale here, push the belly out, and it's okay if it's not going very far, just work with it. Feel the breath in the lower back. Exhale through the nose. This is all through the nose. Inhale, feeling the air move in the nose, all the way down, filling up the belly. Nice and round. Exhale gently. 3 more breaths here. Exhale. And you can inhale again. That sensory is a little bit nice if you feel the breath coming in the nose. Down, down into the belly. Exhale fully. Push the air out of the lungs a little. 1 more breath here. You can keep breathing into that lower belly as I just briefly explain the next part of the breath that we're going to isolate. We're going to breathe into the rib cage to work to expand the diaphragm. So on your next inhale, your belly's not going to lift so much, but those ribs of yours are going to expand into 360 degrees. So breathe into the middle of your belly or that sternum if that helps you with a point. And exhale. So your ribs should be moving. Again, it's going to be exaggerated here. And exhale. 3 more breaths here. One more breath into this diaphragm, into the ribs. And you can take a few more breaths there, or let your breath regulate as I explain the next section of the breath. This one is going to feel a little bit different. It's not going to have such an exaggeration with the body moving, because we're going to breathe into that upper chest and the base of the neck. So sometimes it helps if we feel a little restriction in the back of our throat, like when you're a kid and you fog up a window and you go, you can do that same restriction when you're breathing in and out through your nose. So you can just try that if it helps. If not, then just imagine your breath coming to that space at the top of the chest, just under the collarbones. Inhaling. And exhaling. And just 3 more breaths here. Last breath, inhaling. And exhaling. And now to put it all together, we're going to inhale down, fill the belly, let the rib cage expand, and let the breath come up to the top of the chest. And exhale from the chest, and then the diaphragm, and then the belly. Again, inhale all the way down, fill the belly, then the rib cage, top of the chest. Exhale, top of the chest, rib cage, then belly. Inhaling, belly, rib cage, top of the chest. Exhale, top of the chest, rib cage, belly. And just take a few more breaths like that. We'll say 3 more breaths here, just with your own timing. Don't overthink it. Just let your body slowly remember the full expansion of the breath. Should feel it in the back, along the spine, behind the shoulders. And we're going to slowly, there's no rush, just let yourself stay here for just another moment. And you may hear me say, take a full body breath, or remember to take a full body breath throughout the practice tonight. And this is what I'm referring to, this yogic breath. The full body breathes. So often we get stuck breathing in one part of the torso, whether it's the throat, the chest, the top of the belly. When the breath moves that lower abdomen, all the organs get a massage, the intestines, everything expands, everything gets compressed, blood flow, circulation, all that good stuff. And we're going to come into our next posture tonight. So we're going to grab, if you have a bolster or you have pillows, even a blanket, just moving slowly, there's no rush. We are going to bring that, whatever you're using for support, over to the right-hand side of your body. If you're using pillows, you can use just 2 stacked on top of each other. You can stack blankets on top of each other. You can have your blocks with a blanket or pillow resting on top of it. You can keep your blanket underneath if it's comfortable. I'm going to move mine out tonight, but you're more than welcome to keep it there or open it up so there's a little bit extra padding on your mat if you would like as well. So I'm a little legged person, so I'm gonna give you kind of places where you can put the bolster and the pillows or whatever. But you know, we're all different heights and different leg lengths and everything. So this is where please listen to your body, and if you want more support, less support, do so. So we're gonna lie down on our back. Top of the bolster is in line with your hip, just above, just below, depending how high it is. So the top of the blanket and pillow might be just below your hip bone. And again, it might be lower. You're going to see when you get in the position what you need to adjust. So we're going to take the right arm overhead, keep the right leg straight, bend that left leg, and roll yourself over onto the side and let the inside of that left leg rest on the pillow, blanket, bolster, block blanket setup. And if possible, you want to have the shin and calf also supported here. And that right arm acts as a blanket, a pillow for your arm. And the left hand, you can do with it as you please. So make sure you're comfy, make sure you're cozy. We're going to stay here for 6 minutes. Just take those full breaths, full body breath. Let your body receive all of that deep nutrients that comes from the breath, that comes from the moment. Just let the weight of your body just melt into the floor, into the ground. Let it just melt away. Full body breath. Allowing yourself to take a few more moments to yourself here. We never rush from posture to posture. Even in Hatha, there's no rushing. Take a few breaths here. Just see how the posture changed over time, how you've changed in a short period of time. And a few ways you can transition, because we're going to go into the opposite side. You can lift your left leg off the bolster. Slowly guide yourself up. And bring your feet just to the other side, so you don't actually have to move the bolster or blanket or pillow setup that you have, especially if you have multiple pillows or blankets. You can just lift yourself up and lie down on the opposite side. Or you can pick up your bolster, pillow, blankets, and move them over to the opposite side of your body. Always moving with peace and movement coexisting, never rushing from one space to the next. Just slowly allowing yourself to peel your body off the floor, because that's what it feels like every time I come out of this. Just peel yourself up. And when you're ready, let yourself lie back down. Keep the left leg straight and bring that left arm overhead. The bolster, pillow, blanket setup is going to be, top of it's going to be around the hip bone area. Bend the right knee. Push the ball of the right foot into the ground and just roll yourself over onto that right side of the body. Right hand can come in front of you, run along its side, whatever is comfortable. And we're going to stay here for 6 minutes. And you're going to have to excuse me while I let the dog out. So just stay here. I have a timer going. I won't be too long. Just needs to go outside for a minute. Keep breathing nice and deep into that belly, into the rib cage, then into the top of the chest. Allowing yourself to just stay inside and breathe the left side of the body into the ground. Relax the hip, the jaw. Just take a few moments to yourself here, some final moments of surrender to the moment, to the floor, to the breath, to the self. And slowly just roll onto your back. Bring the arms above the head. Both feet out straight. And just rest here, just like this. Just slowly letting yourself roll out and stretch long, but relaxed. Full body breath. Let the breath rise up into the top of the chest and fall down all the way to the belly. And slowly we're going to take that right foot, step and move it over to the right, nice and wide, and bring the left foot over to meet it. So our bottom half of our body is scooping over to the right, whatever is comfortable. And we're slowly going to move our arms to reach over to the right and reach our neck and our shoulders over to come into this kind of crescent moon shape, reaching over to the right, stretching out the left side of the body. With nothing strenuous, don't tense all your muscles trying to stretch it. Just guide yourself into that crescent moon and relax with the breath. Every exhale, you're going to find a new place that's stretching. Relax your shoulders. Feel the back of the heart in earth. And slowly bring the left leg to the center and the right leg comes to meet it. And now take that left leg out to the side and bring the right one to meet it. And some of you might have found a little bit of restriction in the lower back on the other side, so you can tuck the tailbone underneath slightly and then extend the top of the torso over to the left, creating the crescent moon on the opposite side. And that slight tuck of the pelvis just elongates in different spaces. Then you can relax once you're reached over into that left reaching, arching motion movement posture. And again, just relax. Don't tense your leg muscles or your arm muscles to get farther over. With every exhale, the body will discover new spaces. Full body breath. A few more breaths here. Relax the jaw. And slowly bring that right leg back to the center. Left leg comes to meet it. And scooch those shoulders back into the center line. Arms are in the center line. And now we'll take a tense full body stretch. Stretch the hands, stretch the feet, stretch the belly, the legs. Exhale, relax down. Let's do that again. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Reach, reach. Exhale, relax. And moving into one more posture before Shavasana. Slowly, always moving slowly. We're going to rise up into a seated position. We're not staying sitting up, but we need to reposition ourselves here. So just slowly guiding yourself up, peeling yourself off the floor. Using your hands to support you to push yourself up. Just giving everybody a few more moments to join us. So for our next, we're going to be lying on our belly. So I'll show you. My bolster is in place of either folded blankets or your pillows. Or if you have blocks, you can put a blanket or a pillow on top of them. Okay? So when you lie down, your hips, that lower part of your pelvis, again, this is just my body, please, everybody's body is different, is going to rest on the bolster, pillow, blanket, block setup. And you're just going to lower your body down. I'm putting a little blanket, folded blanket under my chest because I have one and it's a little bit softer than the ground. Legs are nice and wide. And I'm going to put another blanket across my low back just for a little bit of added weight. And if this isn't comfortable, if you're using a bolster, for example, and it's too high, a folded blanket's perfect. A lower height is perfect. Again, your bodies are going to know what's best for you. Restorative shouldn't have, sometimes the longer we're in a position, we realize how tight things are and they loosen up, but there's a different sensation between that and strenuous pain. We don't want that strenuous pain. So find yourself in some form of comfy position, looking like me. And again, you can put a blanket or pillow on that lower back. A little bit of extra weight in restorative goes a long way, even if it's just a pound or two. Gizmo, come on. Then you might even realize, like for me, tonight, it's more so on my lower pelvis as opposed to my upper thighs, where a few days ago it was my upper thighs and not my lower pelvis. So again, jiggle yourself around, wiggle yourself around, and make sure your body feels supported, because we're going to stay here for 6 minutes. Your arms can be under your head or out to the sides. That's up to you. And I'll give you a little heads up so you can turn your head the opposite way halfway through to make sure that we're nice and balanced. Full body breath. you're finding it's not comfortable on the knees, you can put that another pillow or blanket underneath the ankles and those feet so that they have something else to rest on other than the floor. Again, everybody's different. So if you need the extra support, use it. Full breaths. Close your eyes, relax. And on your next inhale, just inhale as you lift your head, turn it the opposite way, and exhale as you lower the opposite ear to the ground. 3 more minutes. Relax the shoulders into the ground. One more minute here. Just taking a few deep breaths. And slowly you can bring your hands beside your shoulders. You can push yourself up onto your knees. Roll on up. You just have to move everything out of the way. And take your blanket for your top of your body. And come into our final relaxation. Come into Shavasana. And if you are enjoying having that little bit of extra weight, you can always put a blanket on your tummy or your thighs or your chest or a pillow. Just slowly rolling yourself around, flailing your limbs, trying to find yourself lying on your back. Moving with that sense of peace. And just allowing yourself some more time to integrate, to be in stillness. Maybe you want to lift your shoulders up, roll them down the spine slightly, anchor the back of the heart. Let the hands rest beside the body, palms face up. There's a reason this is corpse pose in English. Legs are a little bit wider, feet just relaxed. And let your breath just guide you everywhere inside.
ईशा जगदीशा अखिलानन्दस्वरूपा ईशा महेशा ब्रह्मानन्दस्वरूपा ईशा जगदीशा.
Gently invite your breath to deepen, to feel the breath in the lower back, in the tailbone, in the spine, to feel the breath connected with the ground. The support and the strength of the spine is something quite unique. So allow yourself to feel that integration for one moment. Let's take a nice inhale into the nose together. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Maybe a little wiggle, just gently moving the body. Bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the ground. Gently let the hips and the knees both sway from side to side. And bring the knees into the chest, or just so they're resting on the belly. And if you can grab underneath the thighs or underneath the knees, just do so and rock a little from side to side. Or you can do this with your hands on the ground if you can't reach around. Just take a few movements that feel supportive to you before coming up into a seated position. And when you're ready, you can bring our hands together into Jali Mudra, into that prayer position. Just offering another breath. Just feel how much that breath has changed. Just give yourself that breath. The stillness, the peace. Obviously, always thanking yourself for giving yourself the time and space to do this. Giving yourself just thanks for everything that you do for yourself and everything that you've done for others. Offering, obviously, in always and forever the deepest level of gratitude and reverence for the teachers in our lives, all the different ways they show up, including this little creature here. And offering gratitude to the teachers of this lineage and all the lineages that we all learn from and have the ability to practice with and explore and experience. So thank you so much. Ajala Baba Bua Juanasaka